think of a college as a business. So like any other business, your main goal is to get customers. So in this case, it'll be you. You and myself are customers. Hi, welcome to our channel. My name is Lucy. I'm Victoria, and today we're going to be talking about college and whether or not it's still worth it. So we both attended college and we graduated with a bachelor's degree. By the end of this video, we're hoping to give you a good idea of what you may not have known already about going to university. This is for anyone who is considering going to college, or who is already currently attending college, or anyone who's not attending college at all, just to give you an idea of our perspective. So we are told to have the script written out. We go to school, we get good grades, we apply for college, we get into a good university, we attend college, and then find a job. And this used to be the norm, and it still kind of is a norm to do for most high school graduates. For a high school student, you probably get a lot of pressure from your parents, from your friends, from your college advisors, you have your teachers probably, you get a lot of pressure to go. And it's hard to really start making decisions for yourself, especially since you're very young, maybe you're 17, 18, or 19. You think that the right thing to do is what everyone's telling you to do. Attend college, get a degree. Me personally haven't thought about colleges from this new perspective. This is also what we traditionally thought about colleges, and our definition of success meant that we had to go to school. From a new perspective, instead of thinking of colleges as an opportunity for you to find a job or a career, think of a college as a business. So like any other business, your main goal is to get customers. So in this case, you and myself are customers. Universities are selling something to us as a business, and the degree is the consumer product. They're pretty much selling you the degree. At the end of the day, they're just trying to make a profit off of you. And I know it sounds weird, like why are you talking about universities that way? It definitely allows you to, build a skill, learn something new about yourself, go into a career path that you may not have been able to if you didn't choose college. But you have to think in those terms, simple terms, that a university is a business and a degree is the consumer product. And how much you pay is really dependent on how much you're willing to spend or how much you can spend. If you look at a university from that perspective, you're going to really see their intentions for everything they do, from the beginning when they try to recruit you, to the middle when you're in school, until the end when you graduate. And even after you graduate, when they're asking you for donations. It's a very new and changed perspective for both of us, because we never thought of colleges as a business, but that's what they are. And if you do think about it that way, then you'll think about what benefits they give you. Have only offered you the education needed to get that degree when you graduate. But they do not guarantee anything else, and that's the only value that they bring to you. Everything else, getting a job, getting a career, setting yourself up for success in the future, it still depends on you. And even though they do sell you on an education, they do not sell you on the end result, which is a career or a job. Student stats are based all in the US, which is where we went to university. The average debt of an American graduate is $32,271. I've also seen upwards of $200,000 with a 4-year college degree. Most borrowers have a range of $25,000 to $50,000 in student debt by the time they graduate. The total student debt in 2020 is $1.53 trillion. 1 in 4 Americans have student debt. That's 44.7 million people. It takes a 4-year degree holder, on average, of 19.7 years to be able to pay off their whole loan. The average student loan payment is about $394 per month. And the cost of tuition, including room and board, has doubled since 1971. So some things to consider with a student loan is that you will need to pay in the principal, which is the loan amount that you took out for your education, but you also have to pay for the interest. The longer you don't pay back your loan, the longer you will have to pay for interest. And that will add up a lot. Other costs you will need to consider besides the loan and the interest is the opportunity cost. If you're already spending this much money, as well as this much time, towards an educational degree, you could be putting this money into other things. For example, an investment, starting a business, buying a car, money towards a down payment for a house, could be used towards something else. Another opportunity cost will be the time spent during college. Now, those 4 years of college spent towards your education could also be put towards other things. For example, learning a new skill or working on a business. Now, all of these things are things you need to consider when going to college, spending the money as well as the opportunity cost. Another thing to consider when looking at a university from a business perspective is that it's becoming more of a competition. So it is becoming a competition for you as a student who is trying to enroll into the best university, but also the universities, they need to make sure that they're able to keep that head count. In order for the university to be profitable, they need to have a certain amount of students that enroll into the university that year. If you think about it, universities are actually spending a lot of money on marketing. So you're going to see a lot of ads, you're going to see recruiters, university recruiters go to your high school to recruit students by showing you beautiful pictures of the campus, their opportunities, their top students that graduated from what they eventually end up doing. So they try to really sell you on this product and this business because that's how a business functions. It's a marketing strategy to get students like you and myself to enroll in university so they can make money off of us. When something is scarce, it immediately has more value. And when there's an abundance of it, the value of it may also go down. 50% of high school graduates attend universities. This has increased drastically since the 70s and 80s when it was only 10 to 20%. Since there are way more students now than they were ever before, there's an influx of students going to colleges, which also means that the value of a college degree is not the same as it was before. It also means that it's even more competitive than it was before. A lot of schools are increasing their bars. They're looking at you holistically as a student. I remember at my university it was 30% admissions rate and now it's 18%. Having a degree doesn't differentiate me from anyone else because almost everyone else has a degree. And it only makes sense to attend college if you're going into a very specific profession. For example, if you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, or a surgeon. All of these require some level of education. And on top of that, we think that although a degree can get you your foot in the door of a company and get you that interview, it will not guarantee you a job. For example, they will always look at your resume, and on top of your resume, they note that you're a graduate of a university, but they also want to see what prior experiences you have that are relevant to the current job you're applying for. Another thing to consider when deciding whether college is worth it is the degree that you choose. It's be difficult for you to commit to a career that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. That's something that you also have to consider, is choosing the right degree for you based on what makes you happy and what kind of career you want. You haven't experienced the real world yet. You have never gotten a job at that point. Maybe you have had a part-time job, but you've never had a full-time job. You've never experienced the different types of career path you can go on, and at that point you're deciding what it is you're going to commit to. And that is why both of us have changed our majors at least twice in our college career, and even now we still don't know if we chose the right thing. Yeah. And I guess we're pretty lucky here in the US because we get to change our degree multiple times. Even up until you're a senior in college, you still get to change your degree. You may not graduate on time, but you still have the chance to. I know in other countries, especially in Europe, you don't get the same opportunity. You should commit to something and you stick with it. One thing I wish I did before starting college or after graduating college was to take a semester or a year off, to really take time to explore the world around me, to see the different career path, to gain some real life experience before committing to something. And I think I would be a lot more happy or satisfied with what I end up doing if I had taken that time off. Personally, I've also enjoyed taking some time off for myself. I feel like after you go through high school into college, I was constantly going from work to school and work to school and never really gave myself a time to take a breather and also to think and reflect on things that I want to do for the rest of my life. So hopefully this video gives you an idea if college is still worth it. To conclude, it really depends on you. Do you think it's worth it to use as money to go to college? If you have the money saved up and it's ready for you, then that's definitely an option for you to do. If you don't have the money, you're going to have to take out loans. That's something you're going to have to pay off in the future. It's very stigmatized that you should go to school, and it's really looked down upon if you didn't go to school. It's becoming more realistic to not pursue a traditional career path. It may even make you happier. So instead of focusing on like what everyone else is doing and what everyone expects of you, think about yourself first. If you have any more questions about going to college, is it still worth it, or if you have any other questions for us about attending college, leave it in the comment below and let us know if you've decided to attend college or if you're currently deciding on attending college. We definitely want to hear from you and see your perspective as well. And if you really like this video, please give us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to our channel. We upload every week. Bye. Oh my god, there's a weird gecko over there. He looks nasty. Look, there we go. Oh my god, it's so gross. Stop looking at it.